Oh boy. Give me just a second, guys. Freaking, I don't know why, but it looks like YouTube is not translating my title updates, so I'm gonna change my title real quick, and then I will be getting into this. As for today, we are going to be taking care of story missions and doing a little plate review. We've got a few new plates here and there. So, we'll go ahead and go through. We'll take a look at some of them. I actually found a government exempt plate. My creator created it. And, like I said before, and I'll say it again, thank you to all the mod makers out there that are making all this stuff. I mean, a little thing here and there, like an extra couple of plate PNGs or something like that, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but, you know, to some people it is. I'm still hoping to see a bunch of different ones. I know there's some old, like, Nebraska plates and some Nevada plates and stuff that were really cool. Some of the new ones are amazing. I know Playway just didn't have access to them. That made Nevada drop like 20 new plates this year. So, with their acquisition of the Raiders football team, they've got a bunch of new plates. But hopefully we'll see some more. I am going to currently get this title edited and make sure this is good. Don't know why it didn't freaking save, but whatever. What are we doing today? Well, I checked the workshop. And there wasn't much in it. So, we are going to basically just deal with that as we go. I can't fault that. Mod developers are making stuff all the time. I know Payne is strenuously working on a McLaren F1 drop. He just hasn't got there yet. So, we will get to all that as we go. Now we're back in. Sorry, we're not moving around as fast. We're going to have to do some story missions. I'm going to try and find some of the regular cars to grab, junkyard and stuff. Possibly grab like a Sylvia or something. Maybe a, old Cadillac or something. We'll see what we find. We're going to basically be doing stuff that's not on the mod list as far as that. But, for now, just going to do this real quick. If you notice here, we're going to go through. You do have the California plate pack, which was all the retro California plates. Great thing if you got the Back to the Future pack. The DMC pack here. So, we do have those. And obviously the DMC pack was quite extensive. We did pick up the Georgia pack here recently. So, this was the new Georgia pack, which has 4 plates in it. Great little pack. Probably see some of these on the road. You guys here in the States especially. I mean, honestly, around where I live, I see a lot of these plates and more of the, out of the U.S. ones than a lot of people would like to understand. I mean, there's a few, Norway and German and everything else that we see on the roads pretty consistently. just depending on the thing. Like I said, the Nevada plate, this is like one of the Nevada plates. It's not even all of them. But we do have the New York plates. We have a bunch of those. We did get a bunch of North Carolina plates. These are cool. So they actually have, you know, a new little jump here. They have a dealer tag. How awesome is that? We're basically flipping cars at a staggering rate. We probably need a dealer's license in pretty much any state in the United States we lived in with the amount of cars we're flipping. So a dealer plate's a great thing. Did get the Texas plates. Now we have at least something besides Texas truck. Great option here. I know a lot of people are asking for Texas, and I'm like, when I have a truck. The other one is the United States government official use plate. This is your police departments, your, well, federal police departments. Most of the time you still have a state exempt plate for police in local states. But, you know, real quick, we were just going to go through. We're going to review some of these new These are still mods. So we're still doing a mod review. It's just, these are plates. You know, somebody added PNGs for different plates. And that's cool. I mean, smaller developers that don't have the, you know, time to do a full car. I mean, like I said, last time I had talked with Payne, he said he was doing a McLaren F1 GTR, and he said the modifications he did to the DeLorean download, which is the car we have outside, were, they literally almost drove him nutty. And he's got an actual team that helps him. And it still almost drove me crazy. So, I understand, guys got to take breaks. We're not going to get mods, you know, Spitfire every couple days. We might see some on a Wednesday drop. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long we're going to do on Wednesday. It's going to be a fairly reasonable stream. I do believe, if I calculated it right, I have to be out the door to make my drive by like 8 o'clock at night. So if I drive overnight, I have to be out the door by like 8 o'clock at night to get into town where I'm going the next afternoon at a reasonably tasteful hour. But like I said, some of these are really cool in their own rights. A lot of these are new. Some of these, I mean, but like, there's 50 Nebraska plates. It looks like New York. There's just tons of them. There's farm plates. So, as they come out, hopefully the guys that are doing the plate mods, you know, do pay attention to every state and don't just kind of have a few get lost. But definitely support your mod developers. I mean, I can't say that enough. I know Payne was saying, you know, for the right donation, he'll make any car out there. So if you got something you really want to do, Payne will do it. You just got to throw him a couple of bucks to do it. So, but I'm still working on that. I haven't really gotten enough cash together to, you know, do what I want to do with Payne. So we'll talk about it and get it done eventually. I didn't notice this before. Huh. There's a map. I guess that makes sense, but I guess I was just so starstruck with the rest of the game, I didn't notice there was actually a map on the wall that you could access next to your toolbox. Oh, let's see here. If that's the case, in this fictitious world, where do we live? I know this area pretty good, so I'm going to say this is kind of bullhunky. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody in the comments, if you have the time, I don't right now with my trip, see if this map's actually legit. I'd be interested to know exactly where we are and in relationship in the in-game world, because it says we are here, but US 60, US 69, and I believe that's the I-17. But the I-17 doesn't go past Flagstaff, which would make that the US 40. And that's the I-10, so that's not right. Oh, wait a minute. This is the US 10, right? This is the 60, or the 17. If that's accurate, we are... Oh, okay. Alright, so if I'm right in my highways here, it looks like this is a old map of the Phoenix metro area. This little arch here would probably be the 101, and then this arch here would be the 303, meaning the US 60 going out to Wintersburg or to Wickenburg, and we would be just outside of Wickenburg. Now, odds are that doesn't make a lot of sense with the way the game's designed. I'll show you why. Outside of Wickenburg, after you get out of town and everything else, being that far up, and that's all metropolitan complex, by the way. Hi. There's not enough Joshua trees here. You would actually have Joshua Tree National Forest in that area. Given where the mountains are and stuff, this is kind of an offshoot, so we might be a little bit back. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, it looks like we're running like Arizona. Once again, Payne, love the DeLorean, by the way, buddy. But, yeah, anyways, let's get into this. I do not believe I had anything stashed away in the alley. But we'll check the parking real quick and see. No, the only thing we'd have back there is the Ferrari, and like I said, we'll get to it. We're just not there yet. We don't have nearly enough scrap to even consider starting the Ferrari again. So let's grab this Hinata Moon. What we got? Bought it from an aunt's neighbor. Looked alright, drove nice at some point and something broke. Alright, so basically this guy got a lemon, and he needs a car, so he can't, like, take it back and get a new one. So let's find out what he broke. First thing, I am not busting knuckles on a car in my garage when it's filthy. That's how you get infections. Oh. Alright. Wow, the license plate says 3 clips. I wonder if there's a clip problem. Okay. I'm gonna guess. Well, the clutch is dead. Okay. Starter's dead, I can tell that. Looks like mechanical. So, let's throw the testers on it and see what we got. I'm about to say car can't be started because the starter just looks like hammer crap. Yeah, 2%. It's like a couple of fuses. Huh. My monitor's having, my monitor for my stream's not consistent, so I'm keep losing it in the background. It's not any of you guys' fault if I'm just looking at it. Visually, fuel filter, ABS pump. Down in here. We know this is bad. Now we can... Looks like not fixing a lot of this stuff. Additional tasks, I believe it's probably going to be fluids. Wheel alignment. Why would I need to do a wheel? Okay, I don't know. Did we find everything? No, not even close. Alright. So, let's change the oil in it real quick. Gotta get it up anyways to get the gearbox out of it, so might as well get the oil out of it. Yeah, I'm sure that was a bad thing. Okay. Put it back. Alright. Oh, oil pan. Look at that. Filter's dead. Engine block, turbo from the engine, okay. I mean, I gotta take this tire off anyways. I'm just visually inspecting to see if there's anything else. The rubber bushing's got a few that are looking a little worse for wear. Ew, hi. So, I would imagine the fuel pump and fuel tank are dead. Good thing we don't get charged for spilling gasoline. You know, a couple of dribbles of coolant? Oh, yes, most definitely. But 50 gallons of gas? Nah, no big deal. Okay. Oh. Both front tires got to come off for that. We're gonna take a steering rack out of there, so. I don't think the bearings are bad, but no, they're fine. Alright. I'm gonna take this bushing out. Yeah, car goes up, car goes down. Didn't see anything else back there. No big deal. Get this fuse box opened up. Find the bad relays. Okay. Need an A. 2 of these. 1 of these. I think we need a regular A, but double check. And we don't. Alright, so we can get this put back together. I know we're kind of doing this haphazardly. We don't really have a specific order we need to do things in at the moment. Alright. Starter out of here. I know we got clutch parts to do. It plugs to do as well, I believe. It still says undiscovered parts after this, which I'm sure it does. It's either rubber bushings or something in the cams. Given how the underside of the car looks with the oil pan, I'm gonna say it's probably a issue with the pistons. Well, cams are good for can start too. Those are definitely shot. Fuel rail is gone. What it looks like. We gotta get the turbo out because this car requires the front exhaust manifold be unbolted from the turbo. Before we can move it, but we're gonna have to take this whole head off anyway, so looks like we're getting into this engine. Oh boy. Guess we can just do some exploratory surgery, right? Oh, we're looking through the air. So, odds are, yeah, whatever. I'll take the $50 hit right now. I don't care. That drain just was a little more difficult than just pulling that water pump out. Alright. Timing belt. That's a good one. Get up here. Get the cams out. I'll get a look at the tops of the pistons. See if there's any negatives there. I'm sure connecting rod bearings or crankcase bearings are probably kerfuffled underneath with the way the oil pan looks, but let's get it apart and take a look. 3 of the pistons are probably shot. Just ballpark here. Alright, let's get this back up. We'll make a parts list if we need it. I don't think we'll need it. It's the exhaust section off. And what do we got? Crankshaft is hot garbage. And we know there was a clutch problem too, so. Like I'll need a pressure plate. I have spare clutches in my inventory for obvious reasons. Just repairs happen so many times that it's not really a big issue. You know, I wasn't really in the mood to do this, but I think because of my own sanity, if I had to take that much of the stuff out of the car, I'm pulling the engine. Now, we'll do all stock parts on this, but yeah, for my own peace of mind, we're going to go ahead and make sure that this is just out of the car where we can deal with it. Got to get the crank out anyway, so we'll find out if there's any bad piston rings or anything like that while we go. I would imagine on at least 3 cylinders there's bad piston rings because of the way they look, but because the caps are actually in pretty decent shape. Rings are shot all the way around, so it's the crank. Alright. I don't even know if I have a... I have clutch plates. Okay, that's what we got. That should be a completed shopping list. So, first things first, we need a starter, 4 plugs. ABS pump. So, on the list, ABS pump. 4 plugs, starter. Okay. Yeah. Did not need cam gears, no. I mean, cam shafts, which that's given. Alright, so 2 of those. Pressure plate. Just a regular I4. Okay. Okay, so we have the crankshaft, we have the flywheel, just going through what we had. Clutch pressure plate, pump, tank, filter. Alright, so we need a DI. That one. Okay. Oil filter. Oil pan. Four of those, 3 of those. Okay. 4 of those, 3 of those. Oil pan. Camshafts. DI fuel rail. So, just timing belt. Nothing we need. I don't want to scroll through it. Alright. Let's put this monster back together and see what we got. Rod caps, fine. It's like we had an extra one. Whatever. And I know this piston was the other bad one, so we'll make sure we got a good one there. I actually might have 4 brand new pistons for this. Yeah. I bought a few, you know, from here and there. Grab the stock ones instead of the performance ones. After a while, you just get a stack of them. It's kind of these clutch plates. We've got almost 2 pages of repaired clutch plates. Oh boy! Yeah. Yeah, I actually had extra camshafts too. Funny. Alright. Timing set in here. We'll get the belt in. I can get the cover on. I mean, I'd have this motor back together pretty quick, and then it's just a matter of figuring out what else he wants. Top off the coolant, do the trivial stuff that we have to do in the back of the car. Probably extra spark plugs, ignition coils, yeah. Half this stuff I don't have to buy, but if I, you know, don't pay attention one time and actually don't buy it. And it's good to have it and actually not need it. So, the I-4 throttle, it did probably need to be replaced, but whatever. And put this back on here. Don't throw that back on there. So, yeah, I've run into that before where it'll get buggy and it'll be like, hey, you know, specifically this item here, I don't like being back together like this and it freaks out. So, rather than have that issue, we're just going to make sure we don't have that issue. Like, we need to put the turbo back in and whatnot before we put the cover on, and we got to open under the car to do that. So same thing with like the transmission and stuff. We got to get this stuff on before we can reassemble the top of the motor the rest of the way. Drive shaft, knuckle housing. Actually, if I can just put this chunklet together real quick before I have to think about it, and hopefully I want to take these tires back off to do any kind of servicing underneath. I might. You never know. But we're going to progressively just put this stuff on here and kick ourselves later for not having something done, right? Starter in here before the turbo, because if you've worked on this kind of car before, kind of easier to deal with. Less crapping away. Alright. Ah, I forgot that. Yeah, there's so many electronics parts I was forgetting. The engine control unit. Most ECUs now are inside the car, by the way. They're under the dash. You don't see a lot of them actually in the engine bay anymore. Alright. So just the radiator fan housing, which we kind of blew off until this point. Ah! It was the fan that was bad. Not taking any chances with that. It's just done. Alright. Throw some coolant in it, throw some oil in it, send it on its way. Ah, we gotta align it, that's right. Stupid alignment. Okay, I thought that was full. Go throw it on the alignment machine. You know, after some of the restorations we've done, this story mission car is kind of easy. Alright, we got a case out of that. I really should be doing those story missions. So, one of the perks you get is Lucky, which is a chance to get a random case. If you look in your box here, this little clover. Chance to get a mysterious case after finishing an order. A lot of the story missions actually drop those cases. So, a bunch of parts in here. I mean, I'll take a level. Why not? Yes, I know we need to do scrapping for the other thing, but the scrapping minigame sucks, and I'm going to hold out for the case. I'm going to get my scrapped in cases. That's why the Ferrari's going to take so long. I'm not going to, you know, go insane. Ooh, what we got here? Repair, replace body parts, oil, spray factory color, rebuild engine. Why not? I mean, we're going to do restorations anyways, might as well. What we got? Hi. You have no engine whatsoever. What did you have in you? So I can get it started on the thing. Dual overhead cam supercharged V8. I actually think I might have one of those ready to go. Look at that thing. Crazy. What's wrong with you? Yeah. I got that. Whatever. Hood. Bumper. Headlights. Change the oil. I like how he says change the oil. There's no engine in the car. You can't change the oil. Factory paint. Calibrate headlamps. Okay. So, we gotta do an engine build, guys. So he wants a V8 supercharged engine. Ironically, this one. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy, which is nice. We're going to use a lot of our spare parts on this, and this one's going to take a minute, so. Because we're going to have to do, you know, some part purchasing. And everything's got to be 100% on this engine because it's a brand new build, so. Luckily, we have a lot of the stuff as spares because we picked up, you know, oh, I mistakenly bought that at this point. I'm never going to use it type thing. But, you know, some of the stuff we don't have. Probably won't have a drive line in it, stuff like that. So, yeah, we're just going to kind of play back and forth with the tablet here. Maybe use up another one of them clutches that we got laying around. Might actually have a clutch pressure plate too. I thought I seen I had two. So this is what happens in a little piece of good advice. Yeah, a great deal on a, you know, car with no engine in it at an auction may seem like a good idea at the first point, but you run into something like this where you can't get the engine. Because it's, you know, a special edition or something like that. So, be just one of those things, be aware. I know a lot of people aren't out there building their own cars, but I've actually heard this story more times than I'd like to admit. Hey, I bought this thing, and, well... I didn't pay attention to the fact it was a special edition. Can you fix it? Rebuild me a new engine for it? Yeah, we just had that many parts laying around. So this will actually clear out our inventory a little bit and kind of organize some stuff so I don't have to go over and, you know, throw it in the shop, the warehouse area. Which if they actually came out with a folder system for the warehouse area, I might be a little more happy about the warehouse, but right now it's just kind of, 'tis what it is. I went past superchargers, didn't I? Yeah, kind of just shot right by them. That. Kind of got into a rhythm there. What? I grabbed the wrong one. Wait, the timing belt for the V8's slightly different than the regular, just generic timing belt? Weird. Oh well. Yeah. The thing. It happened. I have no idea if we're gonna have enough rollers. I highly doubt it, because there's a lot of roller B on here. Oh yeah, it's under I, isn't it? Forgot. Let's get 10 more. I think I was buying them in groups of 10 anyways. Because I wasn't using them fast enough to make it, you know, an issue. 10 was usually pretty good for a good sized distance of run. Wow, I actually even had the engine head covers. Look at that. We were really styling. We grabbed a bunch of extra stuff. So as you play the game longer and longer, you start amassing stuff because you'll like grab 2 instead of 1 and not realize it. And then you got all this stuff in your inventory, like, where did all this stuff come from? Now I'll show you how that works out, because the stupid intake manifold itself isn't actually bolted on. But whatever. I guess the supercharger's probably holding it on through the intake manifold, but seems kind of weird. It was just hanging out there, floating in midair. This guy did ask me to increase the horsepower an arbitrary amount. If you can increase the horsepower like 9%, yes, but why? All right. Supercharger built for the V8. And an A. There it is. Should be another idler roller in here, yeah. Because that's how that works. Alright. Did I miss anything? Look like it. Nope. And a fuel filter's missing. Alright. No! Oh, you. Oh, no. Alright, so you know what happened right there? So that was kind of a little trick to do that. So what happened is that believed that there was still an engine in the car. So it freaked out and said, you got to take the parts off the engine to remove the engine. So what I did is I pulled out the imaginary engine and then I dropped in the engine we just built. Because we never had an engine in this car to pull out. So Yeah, that happened in 18 a lot. That's why I was able to just like, oh yeah. Okay, but looks like we're gonna need a transmission. I would assume starter stuff like that, but I don't know. Yeah, because we're gonna have to align the headlights. Status. What are we missing? Drive shaft, exhaust pipes, gearbox. Yeah. Starter. Yeah, yada yada yada. Alright. Bumper, hood, left and right headlight, and the license plate. Body work done. And whatever the arbitrary license plate is for this. Price check the rear plate, make sure we got the right state. Just generic. Okay. Blank. Oh no! Don't want that plate on there. I mean, it really wouldn't have mattered, but... Alright. So... Alpha actually going to the right freaking thing, right? Customer does not, under any circumstances, need a racing transmission installed in their car. The story mission order. They didn't ask for it, then they don't get it. But I didn't go full stupid with this engine. Could have just easily bought the performance parts. I mean, the difference in cost isn't an arbitrary amount to us, but... Front exhaust pipe V8. But, customer ain't paying for it. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say it's... Okay. In fact, I gotta spend $1,000 to paint a customer's car that's not gonna pay me $1,000 to do this rebuild. Probably something. Alright. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Hi. Now make sure even if the current color matches the factory color, you select factory color when they ask for spray factory color, because it might be a shade different. And then you'll have to spend extra money you don't need to spend, because you didn't do it right the first time. Just a little thing there. Why I bothered to look at the... You know, click over to the factory color instead of leaving it on current color. To my eyes, it was pretty much the same color. But, guess not. Alright, what was he paying me for this? Just curiously. Holy crap, he paid me $61,000 for this job. Are you kidding? Wow. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. That was actually a valuable job. And guess what? We got another blueprint for another V8 supercharged map. And oh, we got some scrap. Wow. 68 grand to do that. I mean, pretty sure it was just a new model Mustang. It probably wasn't worth 68 grand to begin with. But I think we've earned ourselves a trip to the junkyard. We've done a couple story missions in about an hour, including one that paid almost 70 grand, which is crazy. But I think we earned ourselves a restoration after that. And we are less than 100 grand away from that $1 million 6-figure thing, too. Or 7 figures, so yeah. We've almost cranked out that 7-figure freaking payday. So let's get out here and see what we got. Yeah, I still don't want to build the stock Volvo from the game. There's another DeLorean. Now, I was told with these DeLoreans, if you get the, like this one here, and it is not the time machine version of the car, that you are restricted to like 130 horsepower, and upgrading them is kind of pointless. So, Payne had said something about that the other day when he was hanging out in Crypto Fox's stream that, yeah, it was the starting horse, you were not going to get the horsepower out of the stock DeLorean that you did out of the time machine. So, just something if you're running that mod to pay attention to is, you know, you always want to buy the time machine variant if you expect to have horsepower. If you want a DeLorean that's more accurate to what an actual DeLorean was, which was a pretty slow car that a lot of people couldn't get to 85 miles an hour, let alone 88 miles an hour, yeah, well, get the original. But yeah, if you want a car that'll get over 80 miles an hour, then definitely get the time machine version. Wow, just that Volvo and the time machine, and then that one Superbird, which, yeah, we don't need the Superbird. Already done one of those. Even if we do have a new livery for it, I'm just not going to do a livery. No sense in building a car for just a livery, right? The livery, if the livery and paint scheme are already on it, yes, definitely build the car. But if you got to apply it, no bother. We did that with a Del Rey yesterday. We just built it for the sake of the livery, and yeah, it wasn't quite as profitable as I wanted it to be. Got a Honda Civic. I'm kind of looking for something like a Silvia or a GTR R34, something along those lines. We've done a electric car, the Tesla car. We did that one of the first episodes. It's a Volkswagen Golf. This is exactly the car we just finished the story mission before the massive engine rebuild. So, yeah, I don't want to work on that again. Not this soon. We've done this old Mustang, so we're skip by that. It didn't exist. This is, I believe, yes, a generic version. So, this is not the DLC version. Sad face. They're actually cost about the same, so that's why. We haven't done this. Wait, is it actually profitable? As is? Wow. Okay. That doesn't happen that often where you get a it's already profitable type thing. Alright. Let's do a Corvette resto. we'll take a look at what the next story mission is. See if, it's another $60,000 payday from a story mode mission, but I doubt it. Let's see what I got. Okay, so this is a restoration. A full-on restoration. And it's actually a V8 too, which is interesting. We'll grab it. I said we're going to do restoration, so personal car in Bay A, story cars in Bay B. Since this is actually a legit restoration, I think we can do, a story mission real quick and then do the other one. They're going to take about the same time. And from the way it looks from our experience right now, I was looking at the corner here, we'll clear level 33 today. Wow, we'll be into the second level for the day. That'll be nice. Alright, yeah, this thing's probably hot garbage. But, oh well, we'll tear it down and put it back together. Send that to B. Probably a little bit worse for wear than our Corvette restoration over here. This thing's going to actually take a little bit of cash to get done, so maybe we'll clear that million before we get to it. I doubt it, though. And I don't think the Corvette's worth 100 grand. Even if we fully kit out the engine like we usually do, I don't think it's worth 100 grand. Alright. We'll see. It was already worth profit when we bought it, so I guess there's that. Current car. I mean, we're already making a 5 grand profit. We just throw a welder on it and a wash. So, yeah, I mean, got some potential. Okay. Get this body crap off here. Don't need all this. Actually, we do. We're just going to go repair it all. If we can. And we'll do the interior as well. But get that battery out of there. Brake servo. You didn't drain the 800-year-old fluid. You're in trouble. Don't care. Moving on. Yeah. I'm just spilling everything on the ground right now. Okay. Play the repair mini game real quick, because we haven't done that today. That's it. Actually, wow, we got through an hour of streaming and actually did not play the repair mini game once in that hour. Frightening. So this game, that's actually a rarity. But a lot of things were new parts, and a lot of things we just had to buy, so it makes sense. And we're going to save a fortune on this restoration job by just repairing all these parts to buy now. I think we only have like one fender and a tail light and some headlights to go. Probably some glass. Then we do the interior. No worries there. So. Get these done real quick. Throw them back in the car and... Yep. Then we'll tear the body down. Okay. Bottom of this thing's probably destroyed. Just to let you know. Keep walking over here to charge this battery, and I, you know, forget it because I got the squirrel brain right now. Still looks like we can repair a good chunk of this, so... I mean, there's obvious things like wheel hub bearings we're not going to do anyways, so... A lot of this looks like we actually stand some chance. We'll need a bunch of rubber bushings, as usual. I mean, not surprising. And tie rods, duh. Front suspension. End links, you know, this stuff's not brand new. We're gonna have to replace it with new. Okay. Now we actually did a Salem personal restore a couple episodes ago. I'm not sure right now if I'm actually going to keep that 44-minute episode or not, so going back through the footage, and I got off on kind of a rant, and was kind of irritated about something, and it wasn't very professional, so probably going to get rid of it, but on the other side of the fence, it was one of those things that I thought needed to be said. So I'm tossing the idea around about whether or not to actually keep that video up, or, you know, take it down. And this little Salem restore right here gives us an opportunity to restore the car again. And if we lose that footage, or it gets pulled down for whatever reason because somebody got a hurt feeling, then that'll be just a thing that we have to deal with, and we have this one to restore. So. Okay. That's coming out. That's given. I did notice also, and I didn't bring it up earlier, looks like the channel got a new subscriber sometime this morning. Welcome. I did get notified. Hopefully you're enjoying the content, and you'll throw some comments down and ask for some different stuff. Always like comments from people. Just, I can do what I think's good, and nobody tells me any different. I'm not going to do anything different, you know? I'll keep working on doing mods and restorations and story missions and try and get all the achievements I can. I mean, I think right now the only one that's going to be kind of difficult because of the way it's designed is the racetrack. Because to get a car to perform that well, you basically have to make it undrivable. But I think that's about the only one I'm going to have issues with. Everything else will just kind of come as it comes for the rest of the achievements. Quick update on achievements. Speaking of, I believe I'm at 32 or 33 out of 61. And a lot of those are like unscrew 10,000 bolts. So, you know, like I said, those will come as we go. But, yeah, as far as the Steam achievements go for this game, we're clocking through them pretty quick. Not bad for level 32, basically, and having a majority of the Steam achievements done. We're over 50%. Okay, that engine out of here. I sent it to the Reptilia. I mean... I see bugs fall out of it. What do you mean? Drain the oil before you use the crane. I've seen a moth. I mean, that was almost tragic that it made me do that, and it was like, oh, there's a bug or something in the engine oil. You got to take that out. I do want to get all the parts out of the truck. That way we can know what we have to fix and know what we can just restore. And there's a lot of this stuff that's actually salvageable. So if we can just do a restoration on a lot of the parts, then that saves us a headache. Only need a set of plugs. That's given. You know, stuff like clutch bearings, fuel filters, pressure plates, flywheels. We'll need all that stuff, but we can salvage a lot of the stuff, and we can repair a lot of this, so... And we already have repaired versions of a lot of it, so... Winning! Pistons, piston rings, stuff like that. Yeah, we need to replace, but whatever. Depending on how we go here, we might be able to save some of these rod caps, too. Wow, we had all the way up to the engine head cover on this side. I wasn't even looking at it that close. Hey, it's a part we may not have to buy. It's a miracle. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. This is a carbureted V8, which means push rod engine. On a red cam. Which means we got 16 rockers and 16 push rods to buy. Yay. On the other side of the fence, it's a part that we take off when we don't have to fix. basically wasn't an engine in this car, so it's basically a full restore anyway, so we'll take care of the wheels while we're at it. Get them all purdied up. New tires on it. Because we can. Alright. Repair table. Brake lathe. See how much money we can save on this restoration, right? Blessed Knuckles Shady Garage Repair and Chop Shop. And we got a guarantee around here. Not all parts are new, but we guarantee you won't be able to tell which ones are and which ones I banged with a hammer until they looked new. Wow, we actually had a lot of this stuff that we could fix. More than I thought. I mean, there's fixed point stuff. Crap. Yeah, we broke those. Fuel tanks, stuff like that, we can't actually fix, but the rest of this stuff ain't bad. I think there's a wheel hub. Like a wheel hub 4, I think, was what we just tanked right there. Alright. Lathe that brake. Put the engine back together as much as we can, and oh, we had a performance camshaft. We don't want to give them that. That would be bad. Alright, we need to get some pistons. Piston rings, that's a given. A lot of this other stuff we can kind of slap back together. Okay. No, bright side, I think we only broke suspension parts and brake parts in the rear end, so not a tragedy. Not great, but not a tragedy. Fairly cheap stuff. Probably should move left just a little bit and get where we can see. And I wish it was just as easy as throwing the bolts on this stuff. There's little like oil channel bearings and stuff that go in these to keep the lubrication between the crankshaft and the actual pistons and stuff, and you have to line them up, and they're a pain. So yeah, not quite as easy as they make it out to be here, that's for sure. Steering pump. Okay. Overhead valve V8 cam gear, huh? Wow, I'm so used to doing performance parts, I didn't. The actual stock exhaust manifolds are closer to factory, or closer to headers than the others, so. The performance parts are. I bought the cam gear on the chain to get this closed up, and I got working on the head instead because it was right in front of me. Why did I come in here? Buy a bunch of stuff I don't remember. No, I remember. We gotta grab serpentine belts. And fans and pulleys and all that fun stuff. Okay. Can't believe I didn't buy the fuel filter. I didn't even get the pump. Wow. And I know I needed that stuff. Alright, rocker side for this, and then I believe we're done. At least the motor. And we already repaired the transmission and a lot of the other parts, so we can go reassemble everything and fix the tires. I think the fuse box is going to be our biggest concern under the hood. Oh, and the bottles, because we got to fix all those bottles to 100%. Okay. And we gotta buy a bunch of rubber bushings and other whatnots, so. That back into place. Release spring axle back into place. Drive shaft back into place. Just gonna grab the stuff I know we need right now. There we go. Like, I need 2 more leaf springs. Not surprising. 1 or 2. Drums do not repair, because you can't actually turn them, so. I just want a full set on hand. We go through enough of those U-bolts, having a full set on hand isn't a bad idea. Oh, we might need a bottom suspension arm. Wasn't really looking too close, but it looked like we might need one. Need a sway bar B. And then link. Tri rods. Not sure what of the brake system we were able to salvage, but hopefully it was all of it. Oh, nice. I think we actually have most of this done. This didn't take that long either. I know we gotta go get the brake disc from the lathe. Alright, double wishbone shocks. We need front exhaust, C, middle, and rear. Okay, so we need exhaust. Two of these. Two of these. Two of these. Nice. Okie dokie. So we've got tires, wheels, electrical, and what? Bottles, I think. So, not too much left. We'll have this restored. Get it out of here. Yeah, I'm not gonna separate those quite yet. Oh. Oopsie. I forgot to buy the wishbone suspension for the front end. I bought the springs and the caps, but didn't buy the actual shocks. Oh boy. Now, as far as tires, 245, 75, 16s. Oh no. I gotta double check that now. Okay, no, we're fine. I didn't sell the old tires out, so I was seeing way more tires in there than I was actually paying attention to. Had a panic moment. So many double wishbone shocks I need to manage. Realized I had like 6 of them in there. Oh boy. Alright. Tires back on it, so now we can start with the electrical. Power steering bottle. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1C. 2 A's, a B, and a C. Ah. Blast! Grabbed the wrong thing. Alright. Did I never finish the plugs? Oh no. I didn't. Oh well. That happened. Got the engine in here, was all excited, and forgot the plugs. Oh, I bought all this stuff, I just didn't bother to install it, right? Oh, we can see this one. It's a miracle. I gotta do the radiator, but oh well, that's easy enough. Alright, see what we managed to salvage here. We need a left fender. Oops, front and rear. Tailgate. and some glass. Alright, Salem. Front bumper, headlight, headlight, mirror, mirror, rear window, taillight, taillight, gate, left fender, left fender, right door window, slap all this stuff in, throw a set of plates on it, classic plates or something, I don't know. Throw something on it. Check the car status real quick. Done. Okay. Oh, these are B? Here. Okay. Did I mess that up? Okay. I guess I did. Looks like we got some tuner parts in here. It's this one. Yes. I don't know. It's weird, it only wanted the left taillight as a B and not both taillights as a B. Must be for reverse or something. Overall parts condition is 41%. We had to basically restore it. Do I need to put plates on it? No? Alright. Go fix up the alignment and the headlights and then paint it. Whatever. Saves me a couple $100, right? No idea what the factory color on this was. Factory color is white. Interesting. Alright. Now, let's see what the car status looks like. Good, 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 good. Okay, yeah. See, that's kind of bull hunky because it doesn't call for it, but whatever. Oop. Yeah. It didn't call for plates, but it needs plates. Of course it does. States, Arizona. Oops. Not getting my custom freaking effigy plate. Sorry. Now can I leave? Thank you. Get out of here. Now we were over 900 grand when we started that, and yeah, we bought the other car, the Reptilia, but we should have been at least at 900. That was a full restore, top to bottom. There was no repair crap on that car. That's kind of frustrating. I guess we didn't do the interior, so whatever. Yeah. So, get the old Reptilia torn down and go from there. Do our restoration and see if we can't clear that million. It's ever elusive. Didn't think it would be that hard to clear, but yeah. Get one guy that spends $60,000 on an engine and the next guy that gyps us on a full restore. Should have been a $100,000 payout. We got like 24 grand for restoring that truck back to museum quality. Conspiracy, I tell you. Conspiracy. Oh, I'll be fine. Reptilia ought to net us a profit, so we should be fine. Even with the restoration. And we might be able to repair a bunch of this stuff too, so. At least hopefully. If we don't fudge it up on the repair table, we'll be fine, right? And I think that cross member is barely salvageable. We'll save it, but just barely. Actually missing a lot of rubber bushings back here. Well, less parts to take out, right? Be nice if that was what one of the main things that was like always missing was just the bushings. I know it sounds weird, but it makes life so much easier. You don't, you know, you got to put them back in, but you don't have to take them out. It goes so much faster. I do hope they expand the repairable parts, though. I mean, there's not much more they can expand, but there's a few things that I would like to see. Stuff we have to replace on pretty much every restoration, like fuel tanks. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if we could do some kind of repair work on them. I know it's not logical, but, you know. You never know. I've seen people restore fuel tanks. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You can't get the parts. There's certain cars out there you just can't get a fuel. You can't get a fuel tank for. So it's, you know, buy aftermarket or, and hope to God you can get like a fuel cell or something that's not going to match the car. But if you're going back to factory or museum quality, your repair is sometimes your only option. And it is possible. Yeah, I think it's that one. No. I don't know why I was having issues with that. I knew better. Ah, we are level 33, by the way, guys. Look at that. Didn't even realize it kicked over and we're almost 900 experience points into it. That restoration must have been worth a lot more than I thought it was. Ooh, that clutch release bearing is really bad. Now, up to this point, we've been basically relying on our parts stores. I don't think we're going to be able to do that for much longer. So, some of these have been pseudo-free, I guess you'd call it. Not really free, but, you know, a lot less costly than they could have been because we already had the parts. But that's probably going to change pretty quick. Alright. Now this car is going to have a bunch of performance parts in it too, which is going to be kind of an issue. I mean, not really, but it'll be something. Yep, almost down at the tail end of it. We still gotta take the wheels apart, but and then replace the missing parts, but yeah. Crank. So I got a couple of stock alternators left. That was dumb. Performance parts, dummy. Alright. Yeah, I got performance parts that need to go in here. So, it's our overhead cams. We don't need a lot of stuff. We'll need an air filter. That's given. Alternator, sure. Camshaft V8. Yep. Clutch pressure plate. Couple of these engine heads. Performance electric vehicle battery modules. I'm not sure on that. That's weird. I mean, electric vehicles are basically uncontrollable the way it is. I can't imagine we've actually tried that. That's probably insane. But, you know, whatever. I know it's one of these fuel rails, but I'm not sure which one. I think it's the multi-port injection ones. Ignition wires for V8. It's only piston rings, dummy. Yeah, I know, I could have just put oil, but would have got me the filter. It's weird, it said coil spring drive axle because it has oil in the word coil, it pops. It's such a weird sortation system. I mean, I like shorthand because I can shorthand a lot of stuff, but still weird. What am I looking for? Coil covers. Yes, those are things I need. Okay. I need the stupid things too, but ignition coils actually need to be put in there, but I don't think I grabbed them. Did I? No, I did not. Okay. Coil, coil, coil. I think I questioned what kind of engine I was working on when I was getting electrical stuff. I'm like, I'll get it later. Oh, it's later, apparently. Can I get to the... Yeah, I can, just barely. Yeah, I could put the engine straight up and down, but, you know. Why? That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Water pump pulley and a belt tensioner. Ironically, I skipped belt tensioner to go straight to water pump pulley. Pretty good. We're getting pretty good about whipping these engines out, too. We pretty much got the pacing now. I guess I could check those couple of body panels. Not much we can do, but, you know, whatever. Alright. Alright, air filter base, or air filter cover, bottles, ABS module, and rad fan on this end. Okay, so... should be a B. Like, we got 2 out of the clips. We're gonna buy 2 more. A lot of stuff just drops in, so... No. I went 12 because, yeah, reasons. Okay. Now go over here and get into electrical. 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 1. Okay. I think I got everything we needed here. I guess it'd be easier if I was left-handed because I've noticed with playing this game, the enter key is just as freaking important as your mouse click. So I'm constantly moving my mouse like this, and if I was left-handed, I would be using my left hand on the mouse and would be able to hit the enter key with my right hand a little easier. Right now I gotta reach across, so it's just like, I'm just gonna not do that. Huh. Just makes me kind of lazy, but... Alright. Whatever. Sorry, the rear suspension. See what we actually have. I might have it on the lathe, but I just don't care. Makes tires harder to work on or work around when we're working behind them, but once we're all the way behind them, it's not that big of a deal. Oh boy, another car. Shock absorber B. Kind of knew those were there. I just didn't take them off, so didn't buy them when we took them off. I need a drive line too. Leaf spring plate. I did see the plate was bad. I just hadn't grabbed it yet because I wasn't sure if the spring was or not. Bolts we got. Surprisingly enough, we got bolts. Now, if you were to buy like a leaf spring assembly, you could get it with the bolts. So the fact that it, you know, is a separate purchase item, not really that realistic with most part sets. Most of the time you're going to get them as a set. But then again, so is the same thing goes for the brake calipers. Usually they're pre-assembled. You're not buying the cylinder and having to load the cylinder usually. Most modern sets are so advanced in technology, they don't want you playing around with them like that anyway, so. But, you know, little details here and there. But I said we were doing restorations and story orders today, and that's what we're doing. Oh, I forgot an ECU. Grab that while I see it. Okay. Always the front steering knuckle C's, I swear. And exhaust real quick. 2 of those. 2 of the middles. 2 of the cats. That's for sure. I actually had exhaust pipes, which is interesting. Ah, that's why I was going to do performance. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. We're going to choke up the engine a little bit. I hate doing it, but exhaust pipe V8A. Yeah, whatever. Hey, we just picked up a couple extras. I have no idea. Okay. Back to suspension. think we need double wishbones, but I'm not sure, so I'm kind of holding off. Bottom suspension arm A, I do know we had one that was bad. Steering knuckle C's, both of them are shot. And we need our complement of rubber bushings. I could turn that brake disc real quick, and I might. Alright, work on the rest of the suspension. Whoop, this way. Might actually have one on here. Oh, we're up to 1200 experience on this level. Yeah, it was double wishbone. Okay. That's fine. We'll buy it here in a second. I mean, ECU is right there. There's no reason for that. Should be end-link B is with sway bar B, so... Yep, I guess right. Nice. Probably should put the steering rack in, huh? We'll have the tie rods done and we'll be good. Should be ready for a tire. Yep. You know, the front end of these, like, Corvettes or Reptilias or whatever, are so tight, you would never be able to get the shock out without the tire off, just so you know. Kind of one of those things. I like pointing out the little things. Yeah, this is an impossible repair if you put the tire on first. Is always a good one. Probably gonna need a caliper. Yep. Thought I seen one was dead. Cylinder was fine. Caliper was dead. Alright. Yeah. You can't... If this tire's on, you're not reaching this. There's no way. But... Alright. Get this down. Get that ECU in. Accessible from the engine bay, but not visible from the engine bay. Just barely through the front suspension. Yeah, that should have been put on underneath. Little thing. Life a lot easier if you do things the right way. Alright. Looks like my monitoring is the only actual view on the stream, too, all day. Wow. Where's Jimmy Dugan when you need him? I guess because it's one, it doesn't show up on his radar of his little, you know, YouTube videos of, oh, well, we went and dropped, you know, in on a streamer that was streaming to no one type thing. Yeah, you've heard of those videos, right? Old Mr. Beast and his crazy nonsense. Whatever 9,000 ways that he gets tax write-offs. But I digress. It's one of those things. It's like, yeah. Alright. Not that. 285, 40, 18s. Okay. I guess. Makes sense, but... That makes sense, they're all the same size. You'd think with this kind of car, the rear tires would be slightly bigger than the front tires. Maybe just a little bit, but whatever. I actually like these retro rims on here. They look like actual Corvette rims. Yeah, I know, I didn't do the tire right. Oh, happens. Honestly, as long as you go back over them with a torque wrench, you can usually get them pretty square. But, yeah, if you're using an air gun, you do want to try and make sure they keep that star pattern in. Do it again. Same tire. Alright. Now, I guess we can go to assemble mode and grab the trunk lid. And whatever else we had. I don't think we had anything else. Pretty much it. Inventory, body panel. Looks like a left door. Okay. So, rather than do that, go to the tablet, go to the tuning station, and see if we got anything for Reptilia. I have not seen another Bizzarini for a while. I was actually hoping to run across another one just to, you know, get another 200K and break that million easy, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Alright, we need a front bumper, we have a left door, we need a left window, fender, right door, right window, fender, hood, headlight, side mirror, yep, taillight. I actually had to question it because I was wondering if there's a variation. We don't need a trunk. We need everything else. Alright. The great assembly begin! Wow. It was like legit Corvette color, too. That dark forest green. Alright. Is that all of it? Yes, other than the plates, I think that is all of it. Break a few more laws, put a few more plates in. Just gonna do Arizona plates. Keep doing that with that plate. I gotta put that plate in storage or just sell it. Oh, it came with a government exempt plate? Oh, okay. That's what it came with? I guess we'll do it. We'll make it a U.S. government car. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Alright. Normal mode. Test path. Get the alignment and stuff done. Yeah, I can't imagine installing U.S. government plates on the car isn't like one of the most illegal things you could possibly do. Whatever. Paint shop. My brain froze. Yay, freezing. Alright. Check the liveries real quick. Ooh, that's interesting. What's that a carbon panel livery? That's weird. The racing stripe one has 420 numbers on it. That's interesting. Solid stripe is kind of whatever. I think we're good with that. I don't think we're going to do that. Alright, what are we going to do? Original color was gray. I mean, it is a police car, or government car, so, you know, snot neon green. That sounds perfect. It'll blend in with the trees when it's hiding, right? If it looks like the grass, it'll freaking be just fine. Actually, it's pretty cool looking. Neon green. Awesome. Dyno jet. We'll see what we got in horsepower, and then we'll drive it. Oh, we gotta do the fluids. See, that's why I go to the dyno jet. That would have been funny, too, because we had no oil, no nothing in the engine. We just put this big supercharger engine back together. How to melt your cylinder heads in one easy step. Oh yeah, I'm purposely not putting any oil in until last anyways. You know, just so I can forget it again and try to crank the engine over with no oil in it. Yeah. I think that's full enough. Actually, might set up a custom controller for this specific game and bind the enter key to the scroll wheel click on my ballistics mouse. I don't know. We'll see. That engine's scary. This car's not going to drive for crap. Okay. Now we still got to put interior in this thing. Forgot that part of the restoration, I guess. No, I just didn't want to do it, to be honest. It's a government car. I believe it has a wheel, but I'm not sure. Yeah. No, absolutely not. You do not get Nissan 350Z seats. Stop. You get generic, fabric, boring, uncomfortable seats. Ew, no, I can't see my clock anymore. Alright. Yeah, there it is. Pretty basic interior. We got through it. Still squirrely as hell, but we did get through it and get it topped out, so there is that. But I actually figured out my Razer mechanical keyboard has a little bit of a pressure sensor. You can kind of cheat it a little bit, and it kind of acts like responsive switches on a controller. So yeah, that thing's dumb. It's good for getting up to 160 miles an hour real quick, so it'll run down a speeder, but ain't going much higher than that, which is fine for a government car. Car and Driver and a couple other like car magazines back in the 90s did a whole expose on police cars and restrictions. Local cops were at the time, I think, capped at like 120. Federal cars were not much higher. They were like at 135, and then special pursuit FBI cars and U.S. Marshal cars were at like 160. Those were like safety caps, like DOT safety caps. Now, anybody that is in their 20s or 30s knows that no town in the United States actually followed, you know, those DOT restrictions. I mean, let's face it, how many times have we seen a cop car run down a speeder, go in the opposite direction, and, you know, the guy's going 100 miles an hour and a cop runs him down after going the opposite direction. By the time you turn around, get started, and going again, that doesn't work. You're not going to catch him. Or it's going to take so many miles to catch him, and they'll catch him in like 2 miles. It'll take 10 miles to actually do it, and they'll catch him in 2. So yeah, those cars aren't restricted like they're supposed to be, or at least what they were back when those articles came out. And I'm sure they're worse now. 120, 135,000. We are at 64,000. We're gonna be at 9. No, we're gonna be at 999 and change. We are going to be a few parts away from 1 million. I bet we can sell the parts to get it. Alright, let's get rid of the Reptilia. Told you, $9.99 and change. Alright. God dang it. Wanted to sell that. Alright. We're going to scam this. We're not going to earn it on a car. We're going to do it that way. $1 million, guys. We got $1 million. Sorry, that was a goal. That was a goal. And it was kind of a scummy way to get that goal. But whatever. Oh, I actually didn't put the ignition wires on the Corvette either. Interesting. Huh. Let's open a case to celebrate, right? Still picking the same 2 cards, because why not? Oh, look, there's another $1,000. We didn't even have to sell anything. Got a little bit of chunk of scrap. I always open these 2 cards. I don't know why. Rid of that blueprint. I want it out of here. There are a lot of body parts I gotta get rid of out of my inventory. Alright guys, well I'm gonna go over to the warehouse. I am $4,000 positive of 1 million. I'm gonna store up these body parts real quick, get them out of my inventory so we can manage other stuff. And I think at that point I'm gonna call it a stream for the day. Seems like a good idea. We achieved all of our goals. Got our 1 million. Very happy about that. You have no idea how happy I am about that. But otherwise, I will keep an eye out for new mods for tomorrow. I doubt there's going to be anything new, so it'll be kind of more of the same of what we were doing today. But tomorrow might be quite a bit shorter stream. As it is the day I have to leave for my trip, I'm probably not going to be, you know, trying to stay up and whatnot. I'm going to try to take a decent, you know, nap. I've got the day off otherwise, so I want to make sure I get, you know, a decent nap in for a 20-hour drive. But, and I don't have to do it in 20 hours, but, you know, that's kind of the point. So I've done it before several times. I've actually come off a 12-hour hard labor, you know, work shift and driven that road or that run. So it's not like I can't do it. It's just, you know, how to be safe on the road. That's why a part of the reason why I'm driving at night, and the route I'm taking is, you know, respectable and reasonable, but not overly traveled overnight. So, anywho, that's my plan. Like I said, I will check out the workshops and see if we got any more mods and stuff. I am still going to kind of look at this map, though. I do believe we are right outside of Phoenix. I would say just the other side of Joshua Tree National Park. If I'm looking at this map correctly, the way everything splits off, this would be Wickenburg up here, and this would be Joshua Tree, which is US 93. Yep, that's right. So off of US 93, headed up this way. If they shorthanded this map a little bit, we are somewhere between the US 93 and the 95 junction. 93 and 95 become the same road. But I would say right after Joshua Tree National Park. I would say we're pretty close. I do believe there's a town up there, but not a very, kind of like what we're dealing with. It's not a very big town. Definitely not going to be finding Ferraris and junkyards up there. But yeah, I mean, looking at the map and the road markers and stuff, it looks like, we're in Arizona, definitely, for sure. If I'm looking at this right. US 60 would go through the back way, over the top of the mountains to get back to the 10, out of Wickenburg. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's solid right there. I do believe we know where we are. We are definitely in Arizona. Just outside of Phoenix. Which, yeah, there's enough junkyards in Phoenix. We would be doing okay. Barns, not so sure. But there's enough junkyards in Phoenix to take pretty much everything. Anyways, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Likes, subscribes, comments. They all help the channel out. Welcome to new subscribers. Thank you to the mod developers. I'm loving the new garage layout. I like the ability I can change these posters at will. I do have a couple of the different ones. And, always staring at the same posters when you're working on a car gets boring. So, I'll change them out and rotate them as we get them. And if, some of the other guys get in with some new ones with the mod shop, you will see new ones up. Especially if I like them. I know there's a couple more, I think, popping up than the two I have, but I haven't really seen any that really just were striking my fancy. But Dragon Lucifer here. Bustin' Knuckle Garage is closing for the day, and I will see you guys next time.